Hi everyone, Nicole Vincent here. I am so excited to join you this morning, and if you're catching this on the replay, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I'm grateful to have you here and hope to teach you some ideas and tricks to help you out in your life. So in our Holistically Empowered community group, I posted and did some free testing for you guys to check if how your polarity was, how the energy flow in your body is going. And many of you were good. So you got a "you're good" post, and there were a lot of you that either needed a little help or your polarity was reversed. And this is going to affect you in different ways. So it might make you feel tired, fatigued, aches and pains. It might help, you might feel a little anxious or nervous. So there's lots of different things that when your polarity is off that you can feel. Now, there are very easy ways to correct this and to help your body maintain a good energy flow on a regular basis. So I wanted to go through those, focusing on the things that came up the most often as correctors. Because as I tested in that post, and if you haven't posted yet, please post. I will be testing over the next few days. Good morning, guys. Rhonda, Kristen, Tracy, so good to see you. I wanted to highlight the things that came up the most often, which some of them were a little surprising for me, but they're easy ways. They're things that anyone can do. They're not difficult. So hopefully this will be helpful. And if you haven't posted on the thread yet for me to check your polarity, please do it. I haven't forgotten you, those that I haven't tested yet. I just had a crazy day yesterday and wasn't able to get to as many as I hoped to. So let's get started. We're going to go with the easiest first, and then we're going to save the more complicated for the end, okay? So hang in with me, and hopefully this will help you. And oh, I'm so glad. Hey, Deanna. Hey, Jenny. So first off, we're going to start with grounding. This is the easiest because everybody has access to outside. So grounding is just that. Like if you're thinking about an electricity, it's super easy. You have to have a grounding wire. If you look at your house, it has a grounding wire that keeps it grounded to the earth. Same thing with our body. So what happens is we have all this electricity around us, right? All this EMF pollution. And it's going to affect everybody in different ways. And so if we can get grounded and help neutralize some of those negative, or not the negative ions, the free radicals, the positive ions that are not great for us to have an excess in our bodies, you do this just by sticking your feet in the ground. Walking barefoot in the grass, walking barefoot on the sand, walking barefoot in the dirt, and just doing it. It really only takes about 10 or 15 minutes a day. And you can stand there, you can sit, you can whatever, but getting in contact with the earth is going to help so much. It gets you grounded. You'll also hear it referred to as earthing. So if you are Googling, those terms are kind of interchangeable. So keep that in mind. So that's the easiest way, is just to get out, get your feet in the dirt, on the grass, and 10 to 15 minutes. It's not hard. The other ways you can ground, there are devices that actually help you ground. There's ones for your desk, and if you look in the file section of this group, I have a Nicole's Favorite Things, and I have Amazon links or links to other sites that are my favorite products, things that have tested very high and effective for me and my clients, so you can access that. But there's two different things that you can also add in. A grounding mat for your desk, especially if you work at a computer a lot. You can either put it on your desk, or you can actually put it on your feet and put your feet on top of it underneath your desk. And what this looks like is it's just a mat, and it looks like a plug, but it's basically using the electrical system in your house or your office to ground you. So it's pretty cool. They even have ones that you can put around your wrist. So if you're going to be on your phone a lot, then you can actually have it around your wrist, and it goes to the grounding mat. So those are to the plug. So those are some different ways that you can use that. Another thing that you can do is a grounding sheet for your bed. So if you live in a place that there's maybe electrical lines above your house, or you live close to a power plant or a power plant or a cell phone tower, or your bed is near your electrical meter, you might want to look into getting a grounding sheet. And what it is just going to be a sheet that you can put underneath your regular sheets. They usually come in half, so they're for the bed. So it's like if you're sharing a bed with your spouse, your partner, it covers half the bed. And the same thing, it has a little cord that's going to go to the plug, And it's not charging it, it's using that as a grounding source, so electrically grounding you. So those are some different devices that you can use as well to help ground. So that's grounding. Not too complicated, something that's easy to do, and I love it. So the next thing I want to talk about is essential oils. Now, my disclaimer on this, make sure you're using high quality, therapeutic grade essential oils. Please do not to go to the grocery store and get these oils that I'm recommending and think that they're going to actually help you, because they're not. They're going to be synthetic, they're going to be junk, they're not going to help you. You need to get therapeutic essential oils. My preferred brand is doTERRA, but there are other good brands out there. So please keep that in mind, quality matters. So the first one that's super easy is Balance, or a grounding blend that has similar oils. So this has oils like frankincense, spruce, hoe wood, blue tansy, and blue chamomile, and osmanthus. So it's a grounding blend. It helps your electrical flow in your body, and it helps you feel grounded. If you don't have a grounding blend, you can use any kind of tree oil. That is going to be really, it just helps you feel grounded. So think of trees, they have roots, it's going to help you feel grounded. So putting that on the bottoms of your feet. Other oils that came up that I thought were super interesting were tangerine and cinnamon. Those actually, and eucalyptus, those three came up quite a bit, which was, because I tested through my whole oil sheet for anybody that came up with essential oils, and I thought that was super interesting. So I wanted to just share with you what those emotional properties are, and that can help you see why maybe that's going to help you get grounded. So I'm just pulling this from our Emotions and Essential Oils book. This is one of my favorite must-have reference books. So let's look at tangerine real quick. So tangerine, and I thought this, I was like, really? That's what's coming up? But it makes sense. So if you're going to, the patterns of imbalance that indicate that you could use tangerine are feeling overburdened by responsibilities, stifled creativity, duty-bound, overworked, heavy-hearted, and joyless. So if you're feeling any of those ways and you got tangerine as the essential oil you needed to help with your polarity, that should tell you why. It's going to help you feel cheerful, fun, creative, spontaneous, fulfilled, lighthearted, optimistic, and joyful. And then cinnamon is very interesting. Now, you can read into this as much as you want, but cinnamon is the oil of sexual harmony. And that is very, very important as humans, that we are balanced in that department. And a lot of times we have imbalances because maybe there was abuse in the past, maybe we have a strained relationship, maybe we're not feeling great about our body image. Like, there's so many reasons that can come up. But cinnamon can really help if you're feeling these ways: body shame, fearful, controlling, jealous, sexual abuse, sexual repression, or overactive sexuality. So if you're feeling any of those ways, so think about just body image and just that sexual energy, that's why cinnamon might be very beneficial for you in helping your polarity flow better. Or you could just go have some fun in the bedroom, and that could help balance it as well. I did not check that, but it might help. So I thought those were really interesting. And then eucalyptus, I want to look that up too, because eucalyptus is a powerful emotional oil too. And when you hear the properties of eucalyptus, you'll understand why that might come up for polarity reasons. So if you're feeling attached to an illness, maybe you have a specific diagnosis that is out there that you have taken on that identity, or I have this autoimmune condition, or I have this problem. And a lot of times that can tend to become our identity, especially if it's a problem that we deal with all the time, like it never goes away. And so what eucalyptus does is it helps you feel attached from your, if you are feeling attached to your illness, then this can help you separate and balance. If you feel clingy, defeated, despairing, you want to escape life responsibilities, you feel imprisoned or powerless to heal, that's what eucalyptus is going to help you balance out. And so as that eucalyptus goes and helps emotionally, it's going to help your polarity as well. And eucalyptus, of course, is a tree. Even though it's coming from the leaves, it's still a tree oil. So I just thought that was really interesting. So essential oils on the bottoms of your feet, if you got that as one of your balancers, I would recommend at least twice a day, and probably doing it for 2 to 4 weeks and kind of see how you feel. If you're feeling great, continue doing it. You can stop for a few days, see how you feel, and you can restart if you need to. But that's something that is easy to do, and it will help that electrical flow in your body and help you get nice and polarized. I don't even know if that really applies, but you know what I mean. Okay. The next thing is emotional release. And we talked about this, I think last week or the week before, when I talked about different like emotion code, and there's a video I did on different emotional release techniques. So there's lots of different ways to address emotions and release them. My personal favorite is emotion code. There's also like writing a letter and burning. There's EFT tapping, can be really great for emotional release. Essential oils can be great for emotional release. So if you've got emotional release as a corrector for you, maybe it's time to spend a little time in your emotions and see what help you need. Do you need outside help? Is this something that you can handle on your own, or do you need to get a coach to help coach you through those emotions? Do you need to go to a therapist? Think about that, because it really, if your emotions are stuffed, if they're not being acknowledged, if they're not being addressed, it is going to jack up the flow of energy in your body. Okay, so there's lots of different emotional techniques. I'm not going to go deep into those. Watch the video from a couple of weeks ago on emotional release and balancing. Okay, EMF support. So this is electromagnetic frequency support. With this came up, what I tested is, I'm going to take my phone off. The little disc that you can put on your phone. This one, the quad something, it's in my favorite things list. This is my favorite one. This is the one that tests the highest. And so adding that to your phone, to your laptop, to your device, whatever you're on, add that. It really is going to help dissipate those, the EMF radiation, the frequencies, and just help it so it's not affecting you as much. Now, this does not, if you put this on your phone or your tablet, that does not give you free reign. That's not like a free pass that is going to be completely neutralized. It just minimizes, okay? So remember that. Other ones are the ones that we talked about with grounding, like getting the grounding sheet on your desk for your computer, putting your feet on a grounding mat, there's grounding wrist like bracelets that you put on and it's hooked to the grounding wire. That's only if you're going to probably be like sitting on your couch or at your desk and you're not going to be super mobile. And then, yeah, so just having those EMF support is very big. So let's see, we've got, Kristen says she doesn't want to feel her emotions. And I completely get that. I was there probably 5 years ago. And I can tell you that although it was kind of painful at the beginning, it became very liberating. And there are techniques that you can do that are not going to drag you through the trenches, right? Because and I'm not knocking traditional therapy, but in my experience, traditional therapy just brought up a bunch of painful things from my past, but didn't release them. It might have given me new ideas to how to like perceive those or how to logic through it, but it didn't teach me how to release them. And so that's why I'm such an advocate and passionate about emotion code, because you just identify the emotion and sometimes the instance and you let it go. You're not having to live in that space. You're able just to energetically release it. And it's as painless as I have found, with great results. And then Jenny says I'm asked if I'm going to be doing EFT video. Yes, we will look into tapping in the next week or two. So be watching for that. And I posted something about tapping, I think for self-love or something like that. But we will talk about tapping. And then Rhonda says, I need to work on emotion code. Yes, get the book, guys. If you're doing well with muscle testing, if you're feeling confident, get the emotion code book. You really can do it yourself. If you need help, I am available. Like, you can schedule an appointment with me. I'm happy to help you work through that. There's also, let's see, Judith Ritchie is also another emotion code practitioner here in this group, and she is fabulous. And so just get with an emotion code practitioner or somebody that helps with emotional release and get the help you need. It's worth it to invest in yourself, okay? So we have trace minerals. That's our next thing. So trace minerals is a supplement. This is, there's two things that I use for trace minerals. And because I am on electronics a lot, I am very proactive in helping my body get what it needs to help neutralize what's going on. So this is by Thorne Research. I get this on Amazon. You can also get Thorne in a lot of different chiropractic clinics. And it's trace minerals. And it's a small capsule, like it's super little. Let me show you how little it is. It's a little bitty one. Like it's little bitty. So wait, hold on. There we go. So it's like little bitty. I typically will take one a day, and then I also have a bottle of trace mineral drops. It's a concentration, and I take that in the morning, and so it really works fabulous. It's just helping your cells communicate, because when we don't have those trace minerals, I think those trace minerals get neutralized almost when we have too much EMF pollutions and too much interference. And so the trace minerals not only helps with that, but it also helps the electrical flow in our body, because our cells need it to communicate. And if they're not communicating effectively because they don't have the right tools, then we're going to be a jumbled mess. Okay. So the drops, I have a big bottle of drops, and then I have like kid drops. The big bottle drops, it does not taste good. So you need to mix it with like juice or a smoothie and go gradually work your way up. And I test if I need teaspoons or if I need drops, and I just muscle test for how much I need on that. So trace minerals can be a great thing to add in. And I honestly think most people could benefit from trace minerals, whether they have polarity issues or not, because it helps in so many different other areas of our well-being. Okay, so that's trace minerals. So we're going to save the last one, which is chakra balancing, for now, because this is a little bit more complicated, because there's so many different ways that you can chakra balance. Now, the first thing, and you guys may or may not believe me, but it's true, is just having that intention, focusing in on each chakra area and tuning into the energy and feeling the flow. And some people are gonna this just gonna click for them, and some people will be like, say what, Nicole? So just bear with me. If you're a say what, Nicole, just be patient. And if you are able to do this, I want you to be able to know that this is a possibility. You can shift your own chakras this easily. It doesn't have to be complicated. So what I do every morning is I tune in my mind. I have my eyes closed, and I tune in to each of my chakra areas, and I feel if it's spinning right, if it's got a good flow, if it's going quickly, if it feels like it's a good size, like it's not too tight, and it just feels nice and smooth. And so I'm just energetically and mindfully tuning into those areas. So your root chakra, I'm going to stand up and show you just in case. And chakras, guys, if you're like, what are you talking about, Nicole? Watch Kim Overpeck's video that she did a few weeks ago here in this group. It was phenomenal on chakras. So good. And if you're really not sure if chakras fit into your Christian beliefs or your Judeo-Christian beliefs, read Ezekiel 1, and I have a post on there, and it's seriously, I swear, it's talking about chakras. Like it's pretty cool. It talks about spinning wheels of light and different colors. And so chakra, if you don't like the word chakra, you can just do energy wheel, because they're the same thing, because a lot of people get hung up just on the vocabulary, and it just means energy center. Okay. So your root chakra is actually coming out from your crotch. Okay. It's like a cone of energy that goes down. Okay. So when I'm tuning into that, and that area, I'm just feeling, okay, everything feels good, like it's spinning. Okay. Then your sacral is going to be, right below your belly button. So just do 3 fingers below your belly button, just right there, kind of where like your uterus would be. And, that's your sacral. Okay. So just kind of tune into that region. Is it spinning well? Yeah. Then you go up to your solar plexus, which is right here. So this is, if you look, it is right at the base of your sternum before your stomach area. Okay. That's kind of hard with all the ruffles. Sorry. Solar plexus, your heart is going to be right kind of in the middle of your chest area on your sternum. Your throat chakra, right here. If you were a man, it would be near your Adam's apple. If you're a woman, same, that area. Hopefully you don't have an Adam's apple. And then your third eye or brow chakra is going to be right here on your forehead, in between your eyes. And then your crown chakra is going to be at the top of your head, like if you were a baby and had a soft spot, that's where it is. So I just go in and I tune in and feel that they're spinning right. If I get to a place and it feels a little sticky, then I will just ask that chakra to reset and restart and clear. And in just a second, it feels smooth again. So that is the easiest way to do your chakras. If you're having a problem tuning into those and tuning into that energy, then there are things you can do. Another thing, let's try, I'm going to just show you a few things. You don't have to do everything. Just pick one and go with it. Chakra tuning forks. And this is something that I love. And I do this about once a week. And so this is an investment. If you find that you really like your chakras, you can get, these are tuning forks. So make sure you get ones that are specially for chakras. Sometimes they'll advertise, like if you go on eBay and buy chakra tuning forks, they're just random tuning forks. They're not actually the frequency for what each of those chakras are supposed to be at. You want to be looking for, and I'll post a link to where these are, that actually says like root chakra, and then it has the frequency, okay? And all you would do for this is you get a little mallet, and you just do, so this is the root. And so I'm not going to stick it, like for the root, I'm not going to like stick it there. I'm going to stick it right on my pubic bone, okay? And you just hit the tuning fork, and you can just, it vibrates there. And I usually will feel my body like kind of swaying and adjusting. And you just let it, and you just go through each of your chakras and hold the tuning fork on each of your chakras, okay? That is very, very easy, but it's more of an investment because the set will, the set cost, I think, around $150 to $175. I got it for a birthday gift a few years ago, so I don't remember exactly, but tuning forks are a great way to balance your chakras. So we use this a lot for my one of my daughters. Her chakras tend to get off a lot, and so we'll use the tuning forks for her. We do it every Sunday after church, and it just helps everything flow better. But it is an investment, okay? So that's one option. Another option is singing. So singing and raising your voice and singing out loud can really help balance your chakras, especially if you're going through different notes, because notes are frequency, right? You don't have to have a great voice. That's okay. It's just making sounds and helping balance can actually help that out. Pretty cool, huh? Another option is going on YouTube, and if you go to sound therapy, chakra balancing, there's a lot of different videos that have sound that you can listen to help balance your chakras. Some of them are about an hour. My favorite one is 3.5 hours. And so if I know I'm going to be sitting at my desk for a while, it's really great background music just to help tune everything, and it just gets everything nice and balanced. So that's another way. Seriously, there's so many ways to balance your chakras. Next way, essential oils. Kristen sings all the time, so she's good and balanced. Really, like if you are singing a lot, it really does help balance your chakras, because that vibration just helps everything flow well. The next thing that you can do to balance your chakras is to use essential oils. Now I chose, there's not one specific oil for every spot. I just picked one single oils that most high quality essential oil lines carry, and you can kind of adjust it from there, okay? So keep that in mind. So if you're gonna balance with essential oils, now I will say that the easiest way to balance with essential oils is to do an aroma touch technique. And if you don't know what that is, then just go to aromatouchtechnique.com. If you do know what that is, then either get certified or use your certification that you got. But that is a super easy way that will balance your chakras every single time, okay? If you want to take single oils and balance your own chakras, so I pick cedarwood for root. So pick a tree oil for your root chakra. And there's other oils that can be good. You can even test, you can muscle test what would be good to help my base chakra, okay? My root chakra. And you can go through and test your oils and figure out what would be good. So you would just take that, and for your root, of course, you're not going to want to stick it where the root is, because that's not going to feel good. We don't want to put oil straight there, okay? Put it on the bottoms of your feet. So you're going to flip it on your finger, put it on the bottoms of your feet. That's what I'm doing here. Flinger, other bottom of the foot, okay? And I usually just take a deep breath and let it go after each time I apply. So for your sacral chakra, which is the one right below your belly button, I picked tangerine. This is a great oil for creativity, and this is our creative center, is your sacral chakra. And so applying a drop of tangerine there can really help balance that. And once you're applying it like on your body, of course, if you're clothed, you go underneath the clothes. This might be easier to do like right after a shower. It's totally up to you. But just like for your tangerine, then I'm going to do it in a clockwise motion. Now the flow of energy in the body is up the right, down the left. And chakras are like, think of them like as gears on a bike. Okay, so you want the gears to go up the right and down the left. So when you're doing clockwise, up the right, down the left, okay? So, and then you would do your solar plexus. And for solar plexus, I picked bergamot. Bergamot is the oil of self-love and helps you love yourself. And your solar plexus this is where your self-esteem is. So you put, take your bergamot, put it in there. And you can also couple this with affirmations like, I love myself, I accept myself, I am perfect the way I am. Words are very powerful. Okay, what I picked for the heart is rose. And so you would just apply that over your heart. And then we can sit down for the rest of these. And then I picked spearmint for the throat chakra. Spearmint is rose is the oil of divine love. So that helps you feel love from your maker. And then spearmint is the oil of confident speech. And our throat chakra is connected to our communication and being able to speak our truth and communicate our feelings. And so spearmint on the throat chakra is muy bueno. Then clary sage would be what I picked for the third eye. And you just put that on, and clary sage really helps you have clarity and vision. And that's what the third eye is connected to. And then for the crown chakra, I picked frankincense because this is the oil of truth and helps us connect to Father, right? And so just adding a drop to the crown on your head, or you can put a drop on your finger and just kind of massage it in, helps that chakra balance. And then just take a nice deep breath. And that is how you can balance your chakras. Now, depending on how often you're getting off, you might need to do it more often, but I would recommend doing that at least once a week. And there are other ways that you can balance chakras with gemstones. I personally have not done and I'm going to show you the picture here. This is in the Crystal Bible. So if this is something you want to do, you can. So like you can put stones on the different chakras to help balance them. I'm too lazy to do that, quite honestly. But I don't see why it wouldn't work if that's something that you like. And I wanted to show you a really good book, and I'll add this to my favorite list. I realized it wasn't on there, is Chakras Wellness Made Simple by Connie Boucher. And this is a super awesome, easy to use book/workbook that is going to give you a lot of different ideas on chakra wellness. It's just chock full of information if this is something that you are drawn to or feel like you need to balance that out more. So guys, this is a little bit longer than I anticipated, but there's lots of different ways to help your polarity along. Look at what might be contributing to it. Stress is going to contribute to it. Emotional repression is going to contribute to it. And if your polarity is off, guys, it's like fighting an uphill battle. So work on getting your polarity correct, and the rest of your health concerns and emotional concerns will really fall into place. So hopefully this has been helpful. I'd love to hear your experiences as you work on correcting your polarity, how you're feeling, how the changes you see, and all that good stuff. So guys, have a fabulous, fabulous day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.